What's going on, Vikings fans? Welcome back to the Purple and Gold Bar Show. I am your host, Supreme Overlord, aka Mr. AI Man 3000, aka Mr. Purple and Gold Bars, at your service. Today, we have a great one because we got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Mike Sports Vibe. What's going on, Mike? How are you doing, man?
What's going on, man? Thanks for having me. Let's talk that talk about the Viking. Let's talk that talk about football. Let's have a show. Let's have a good show. Let's be hype in the chat. You know what I mean? Let's you know what I mean? Let's talk that talk. That's the main thing and have fun. You know what I mean? We one YouTube family at the end of the day. You feel me?
Absolutely. I agree with your sentiment, man. Like football is supposed to bring us together. Sports are
Not
supposed to bring
separate.
us, not divide us. I know
Yeah.
there's fun and there's banter and trolling each other and stuff, but
Um,
even though I do a lot of that myself, I always finish saying, I love y'all. It's nothing but love on the end. I'm a troll master at heart. So I like to go hard, especially those that deserve it. You know what I mean? That want to troll hard. I'm going to troll back. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So,
ain't
but it's
nothing wrong
always
with
love, and that's why I love your energy, man. You've definitely been an inspiration for me. Like I love your football
what?
walks, man. No, dude,
What?
seriously,
Inspiration? Oh
absolutely,
man, little
man.
old me, man. That's what's oh man.
Bro,
I'm
you
little
go
old
live
me,
every
man.
single day. You got your banner on, you go for nature walks, you're getting your steps in, you're talking that
Yeah.
talk. And it was like, I'm doing my thing, trying to make my
Wow.
videos, do my content. And I look over you and you're just going every day. And I'm like, bro, like you were definitely one of the main reasons why I decided to be like, you know what? I'm just gonna go harder.
Wow.
I'm gonna go
Oh,
every
that's
day.
crazy.
I
That's
don't care.
crazy.
I don't care that work's got me busy and doing all that. You truly have
Wow.
inspired me and pushed me, man. Like I owe so many people, like the Purple and Gold crew, like you know what I mean, like Rap Zoe was like literally one of the first guys that kind of allowed me to jump on one of his lives, on one of his watch parties, and kind of like let me be,
Mhm.
talk that talk essentially, and it kind of trickled from there. Rap was so welcoming and everything, and you guys have all been like a massive inspiration to me. So, and you were the most recent with the whole going live every day, and now I go live every day, man. That's
Wow.
you.
Wow. Thank you, man. Hey, listen, I don't even know what to say.
It's
I don't
all
know what to
good,
say,
man.
but wow, man. I'm just happy that I can inspire anybody, man. I'm just being myself, man. I'm not trying to be like nobody. I'm just being myself and you know what I mean, just talking that talk about my favorite football team. That's just what it is. Like people got to be themselves and you just never know who's watching that you might inspire. And that's the beautiful thing about being a content creator because you never know who's watching you. You never know who's like, yo, this guy, I want to it's motivating me. Like there's a countless of people that motivated me. Like
Mhm.
Vocal Vike, he motivated me from the very beginning. Him and this other YouTuber that he's a Sixer fan. His name is his channel is I think it's he's RB Philly. He got like 40,000 subs. He's big time, right? And him and there's another YouTuber named Eastwood. He's another Sixer content creator. So there's multiple people that inspired me, but really, to be honest with you, I think Vocal Vike was probably like the biggest one out of all of them.
Yeah.
Him and yeah,
He
definitely
shows
him.
a lot. He shows love.
Yeah,
I call
yeah.
him our fearless leader, man. So you know what I mean. So
I mean,
he's done great for the community and whatnot.
yeah.
Let's get caught up here with the chap Samuel, MJ Rames, DFJ Hoops, big task at hands. Queen Mary's in here. Oh, what up, Queen Mary?
Salute, salute,
Ron's opinion don't matter. What's up,
salute.
my guys? Oh my god. Oh, such beautiful. Oh, such. Oh my goodness. Let's highlight some of this. We got high. I'm so bad at clicking all these stuff. Thank you, Samuel, for reminding everybody to like and
Mhm.
subscribe to both of our channels. That's why we got the ticker going at the bottom so you guys can see how to reach us. Mike Sports, big has a big task at hand, says Mike Sports Vibes. Thank you for vibing with me. That's your line, bro. I love it. What you get me just
That's
so
fun.
hyped just by like
Uh,
your catchphrases, bro. When you say stuff like, with all due respect, we're gonna beat the brakes off you. I just go freaking wild when I
I don't even
watch
know where
that,
I
man.
I don't even know where I be getting it from. I just be coming off the top of the
Hey,
dome.
it's
I just
just
be coming
you,
up with
man.
stuff. It just flows. The one thing
Yeah,
I got from my when I was in the military, when my first sergeant said, what did he say? Teamwork make the dream work. I got that slogan from him. But everything else,
yeah.
man, I be just like, I just come just be like the what I say. I say What's all these saying?
I put you on the spot.
Man.
But you got so many catchphrases that when I hear
Yeah,
them, I'm just like, it just
funny.
warms my heart or gets me freaking pumped up, right? So that's why I
Funny.
try to, that's why you inspire me. That's why I try
That's
to kind of live up to that,
that's crazy.
Mary
Thank
Fist
you, man.
says
That's
Skull, Queen Mary, what up, Mike Sports Vibe, the best sports channel on YouTube.
wow.
I'm not gonna
Salute
deny
you.
that.
Salute to you. Salute to you. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
then Queen Mary says, "You're appreciated, Mike. Thank you
Oh
so much."
man. Hey, wait, I'm getting oh my gosh, yo. This is crazy.
And then we
Man.
got Big Task at Hand agreeing with me, saying Mike Sports Vibes is awesome. And then Queen
Shout out
Mary
to my
saying Purple
guy.
and Gold doing a great job. Thank you very much,
Oh
Queen Mary. I
man.
really appreciate it. Sports
Man.
prods in the building.
Oh, don't do
Vikings
that.
suck
No.
already. We got Dealey, another Vikings guy. All the love. What's up, fellas? What up? What up, Dealey? Hope you guys are having a great day, like always.
That's funny.
Regardless of what we're gonna say, guys, everything that we say comes from a place of love. I know for a fact I love every single one of you guys, regardless of what channel you're from, what fan base you are, even you brain dead Lions fans. I love every single one of you guys. See, it's just
Yeah.
me trolling a little bit. I can't help myself.
Ain't
But I
nothing
love
wrong
every
with it.
single one of you guys. I really want the best for everybody. I don't want people stressing or agonizing over football. That's why I try to give you guys that perspective or that optimism, kind of counteracts some of that negativity that we see just every
Right.
single day, the stresses. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
football is supposed to heal us, give us that
Right.
good feeling, making us, have fun, not agonize and feel bad, right? So
Wow.
absolutely. We got
Wow,
a
we appreciate
salute from out the pit.
salute,
Big
salute.
Mike, he says, Chris for real is
Ugh.
in the building. What up, Chris?
What's good?
And then
I
he
go in the
says,
building right now. That's crazy.
Sports Prod saying, talk about that Bengals
I ain't
situation.
worried about none of that. I ain't worried about none of the Bengals right now. Anyway, we gonna start with the Vikings before we talk about
Let's
the
go.
Bengals. You
Let's
feel
go.
me?
You know
I
what?
mean that in no disrespect, my brother. We gonna talk about the Vikings first, brother.
Absolutely. I knew you were going
First
to
thing
come
we
in
got.
here and have your pennant on the side. So I decided to wear my freaking Vikings,
Let's go, baby. Hey,
freaking
listen.
chain
I like. Let me see that. Let me see the bling bling real quick. Can you hold it
right
up for
here,
the
man.
camera?
Justin
Oh my
Jefferson,
goodness, Justin
18 right
Jefferson at
here.
yes, go, baby.
I'm not one to wear my money on my neck or anything. So this is
Yeah,
literally the only chain I own.
I love it.
And it's literally the most valuable to me in my most precious possession. You know
Why
what I'm
is that?
saying? It's
Why
just
is that?
because it's a Vikings purple
Okay,
and
okay,
gold.
okay.
It makes
Let me
me
see.
feel like I'm like living the freaking
Superman.
the dream. You know what I mean? Of like the fandom dream.
Okay,
So
okay, okay,
just
okay.
feel good wearing it.
I gotta test you real quick.
For
Who's
sure.
your favorite Avenger? Right, real quick. I know we got to get to the
It's
Viking,
gonna
but I
be
gotta ask you this question real quick.
it's gonna be
One,
Captain
just
America.
one.
Captain America.
Captain America. Okay, okay,
The
okay,
reason being is
okay.
because I have a really strong moral compass. Well, we
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about
yeah, yeah, yeah,
our faith and our religion and our
yeah.
and stuff, behind the scenes and whatnot. So like I have such a strong moral compass, and I just really like good guys. You know what I mean? And
Right.
to me, he's that type of guy that like he was a hero when he was a twig. You know what I mean? When
Yeah.
he was just like the scrawny kid that would stand up and get beat up trying to save someone.
Right.
That's what I love. You know what I mean? That's the
Okay.
type of hero
That's a good
that
one.
I love. And then when he became Captain America, it just personified who he was. And it made him even stronger of a hero. And that's why I like Cap. I like a lot
That's
of
a
the
good point.
Avengers, let's be real, but he's my guy.
Yeah, my guy was like I have so many, but I'm gonna just for Avengers specifically, I gotta probably go Thor. Thor is my guy. Thor, I don't know, because Iron Man, I would say Hulk, but Hulk for me is the type of person like the last couple of movies. I didn't like the guy. I didn't like who that person was. He didn't play Hulk like he should have been played. But let's get back to topic, man. I know people probably like, what the heck are we talking
We're doing
about?
it's a football channel. What are we doing? We got some really nice. We got Lefty in the house.
Lefty,
We
what's
got
good, brother?
Bob Swede, Mary Fist says purple and gold, Mike. Love how you stay positive. Like that's awesome. That's what we try to do. And
Oh, yeah, we
we
got
got some people welcoming each other into the
okay.
live. What do you want to start talking about?
All
What
right.
is your
So
topic of discussion?
so what's on my mind is JJ McCarthy and how where we're at right now with JJ McCarthy. Where do you think we're at? Do you feel like you should be or should we be concerned as Viking fans, or should we be super optimistic and just wait until he shows and proves everybody wrong? Or like, because I'm one of the six. I always say that there's 40% of the fan base that's kind of done with JJ. 60% of the fan base is like, we just being patient and we just waiting to see. Like, I'm part of that 60. I believe in JJ McCarthy. I think he's going to be a star. I've seen it in that one quarter, but I'm just saying,
Mhm.
I just feel like he has it. And where should we feel? Because I know a lot of people are talking about, like, I seen some comments where they were like, "Oh, well, Jackson Dart's already playing better than JJ," and then you hear some comments where somebody left the comments talking about, "Oh, well, he's just going to get hurt as soon as he comes back anyway. Why don't you just play Carson Wentz for the rest of the season?" So, where are you at when it comes to JJ McCarthy in general? Do you feel like he's in the right place right now to start this upcoming week, and just in the right place in general to be the guy that we think he's a superstar potentially? Do
Mhm.
you think he can be that still?
Yeah, you see, like, I think you guys have to understand kind of like my background first, right? So I got like about a decade worth of being a personal trainer in my youth, right? So I've seen development on the physical scale, seen
Mhm.
people, I've guided people from weakness to strength in so many different ways. I've helped clients, I've done physical rehab. I've had to train people with like different types of like arthritis and things like that. So like
Mhm.
I have a different perspective on growth and development that way. And then I spent the majority of my career training people, right? So
Right.
uh dealing with like classroom sizes of like 20, 30 people and training them, right? So I've seen development happen in all different types of people, different personalities, different character traits. And when I've what that's where I kind of get my experience from, right? And then when it comes to development, one thing that it's true, it's like development isn't linear. And I've seen people like I there's this lady Linda, man. Oh my goodness. This lady Linda in one of my classes, like I remember thinking this was really early in my training career. And I remember having just rush judgment because of like the first week of training. And I was like, this lady's lost. She's not going to be able to do anything,
Wow.
you know? And then I had other guys in that same training class that just looked like superstars, right?
Wow.
And then 3 years later, when I go back to look at my training classes to kind of get caught up to see if was I right, was I wrong, she was still there, and she was getting really, really good freaking hitting like all her targets and doing really
Wow.
good statistically speaking. And the guys that I thought were going to be like the superstars that were going to eventually replace me, gone. You know what I mean? So like those
Wow.
experiences have
Okay.
changed how I perceive development. So when it comes to the JJ McCarthy question, right? Um, I believe that he's going to develop into something like a franchise quarterback. I don't know if it's going to be a franchise quarterback where he's just going to be a franchise kind of like hero where he gets inducted into the hall of the hall
Hall of
the
Fame.
Ring of Honor,
Oh, really?
or if he's going to be legendary and he's going to be or a Super Bowl caliber, you know, like first ballot Hall of Famer kind of guy, right?
Mhm.
That I don't know, but what I do know is that at the very beginning when I look at people, I try to identify their strengths and their weaknesses. And when I look at like the things that they do good, that's what kind of gives me hope that there's something there, right? And I go
Right.
back and I think about Linda and I'm like, oh, I probably should have really looked. She was a really good people person. She was very happy-go-lucky. She had a great attitude, and that's what you need to grow. And it's different in a sales context, right? But when I look at the flash that JJ McCarthy showed, because going into the season, I said this is going to be a season where we're just going to be stuck with flashes of greatness and a heck of a lot of growing pains. I did not foresee the injuries. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
I
that
didn't
and
predict that. Right. So I anticipated that all being healthy and then him struggling in the first half of the season. And then in the later part of the season, he start looking less overwhelmed, more accustomed to the NFL speed. And then we would really be able to make some more concrete judgments, right? And so for me, with my marketing background as well, my school, like I learned at a really early, like market research 101. They tell you don't dig too deep into small sample sizes because you're gonna make mistakes because it never really leads to anything. You need
right,
a valid sample size for you to gain real
right,
valuable freaking information.
right,
So when his only flash in 2 games was a
right.
historic one,
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, that's
Right.
that's not just he threw
Mhm.
one really nice pass that like holy crap, freaking, that's a Tom Brady-esque pass or something like that.
Which
This was
pass? Which one? Which
That's
one
what I'm saying.
specifically? Which
What I'm
one did
saying
you
is it
like?
wasn't just one pass,
Okay,
like
okay, okay,
one
okay,
where
okay.
you say, "This is like the most amazing throw I've ever seen. He can
Right.
totally become the." It wasn't that. It was what he did in the fourth quarter. What he
Yeah.
said to the team when they were in the huddle saying, "Where the hell would you rather be right now?" You
Right.
know what I mean? Like that, as soon as I heard something like that, I was like, this is a leader. This guy's a
Yeah.
guy that wants to win. He's focused in the right ways. He just needs the reps. He just needs the time. And then on top of that, I did a lot of research going into the draft on JJ McCarthy, on Drake May,
Mm,
on Bo Nix,
mm.
Michael Penix, right? I watched all their stuff. And out of all those guys, JJ was the most accurate to me. And so I value accuracy the most out of all traits out of a quarterback. So that's the guy that I wanted. And then later on, when everybody was talking about how, oh, he's just a winner at all levels, right? It was one of
Mm.
those things where there's some meaning to it. Like I don't want to hang on to that narrative and just run with it without knowing what it means, because you
Right.
can be a winner at every level and play in like some small freaking state in a
Right,
small
right, right.
town
That's
and
true.
win a state title every year. And yeah,
Right,
technically you're a winner at every level, but you
right,
didn't face any adversity. You didn't face
right.
any teams, good teams, right? And then you look at what JJ McCarthy did, and we talked about this yesterday, and this is what gives me the most hope about JJ McCarthy is that in the first 2 years of his college or his high school tenure, he won, right? And he was a winner. He won a state title, one or two state titles, I believe. No, one title, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, one.
And then COVID hit, right?
Right,
And then when COVID hit, that really showed me what his freaking drive was, right? Because
right,
think about it. Put yourself in his shoe. You've spent every day from Pee Wee, Pop Warner football until that moment of COVID, literally eating, breathing, sleeping, training, everything football just to get to the show. You know what I mean?
right,
And then it would be very easy, like a lot of players did in COVID, where they said, you know what, I'm
right.
just going to take this year to relax and
Relax.
recover,
Right.
and I'm going to get back at it next year when it's back into it.
Mm-hmm.
What did JJ McCarthy do? He said, no, I need to continue to chase my dream. I need to keep getting better. And he looked for a division in which he could play. He went to IMG Academy, which they play in a division where there's like every team is full of 3-star, 4-star, 5-star recruits. So his level of competition in high school was against the best players in the country, right?
Right,
And he
right,
was a winner there, and he
right,
won a state title there. So what does that tell you about him? It tells you that he is willing to literally do anything, sacrifice anything in order to become the guy that he wants to become. For us, he wants to, I foresee that he wants to be a Super Bowl winning quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. So if he's going to do that in high school when he was that young, and now fast forward through his college career to where he won there as well, that says a lot to me about somebody's character. And that's the type of guy that I would invest a lot of freaking resources on the corporate level to bring them up to like management or upper management or whatever, because they got what it takes, you know what I mean? And then one thing that I learned in his high school career was that he can make every single throw. He did it all the time.
right, right,
But then what
right.
made me realize that he is a winner even more so and gave me more confidence is that when he went to Michigan, he didn't have to, he could have easily been that guy's like, hey guys, I can make every throw in the book. I'm JJ McCarthy. I've literally won every single place that I've been.
Mm-hmm.
The offense runs through me and my arm.
Right,
He never did that.
right,
He looked at what he needed to do to become a national champion, and he adapted himself to be the guy that he needed to be to win. And that takes more courage, more wisdom, and to be able to do that. That's something that you cannot teach. You know what I mean? And so once I saw that, because I needed to understand, what do people say when they say, oh, he's a winner at every level, right? And then
yeah.
once I dug deep and go, oh,
Right, right, right.
okay, now I get it.
Yeah.
And then I apply it to the Vikings and I go, and then when he says what he says in the huddle, that said everything I need to know. I was like, he's on the right path. He just needs the reps, which is why JJ is the only option. As long as he's healthy and he's cleared to play and he doesn't have any swelling after this next week of practice, and he's ready to go, because they need to give him all the first team reps, because Carson Wentz doesn't need them. Let's be real. He's a backup. He's a veteran. He can be told literally 10 minutes before the game, hey, you're starting. JJ's not, too much swelling, too much pain after a full weeks of game planning and practice. We're going to hold him out. So he's going to go and he's going to do the things that he's been hired to do. And he's a great quarterback number 2, in my opinion. And I'm so incredibly grateful to have him. So that's where my confidence comes from.
Yes. And when you say that, people be like, oh, well, you don't like Carson. No, it's not that we don't like Carson Wentz. The thing is, we know that the future is JJ McCarthy. You didn't trade up in the draft in 2024 and draft JJ McCarthy for him to sit behind Carson Wentz, even if JJ McCarthy's healthy. If he's healthy, you don't just sit him, because how is he going to get better? How is he going to get experience? How is he going to learn from his mistakes if he's sitting on the bench and then you waste another year of developing? Because I don't care how much you analyze the playbook and you do practice and training camp and all that. It's not like regular season football. So he has to get on that field. And I mean, I'm not trying to hate on Carson Wentz, and he did a good job, but we need to see our guy. We need to see our guy, and that's JJ McCarthy. And when I'm listening to what you're saying, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So he's going through some obstacles when he got hurt his rookie season, tore his meniscus in that Raiders game. And then after that, week 2 against the Falcons, hip tackle, the man high ankle sprain, and he's missing weeks this season. He's missing about a month, right? It'll be like a month after this bye week, about a month of games. So he's going through some obstacles, but I believe that he has that mental toughness that he can use this as motivation. Everybody's doubting me, Colin Cowherd or Cow Turd, whatever you want to call him, man. You got people like that hating. You got other people hating on him, and he's going to prove everybody wrong. But my only thing is I just want this man to play and just get some experience, and we'll see what happens. I believe in him, and he's going to prove a lot of people wrong. It's just going to take a little bit of time, but I'm going down with the ship. I'm going down with the JJ McCarthy ship. If he turns out to not be good, I'm going down with the ship until I'm proven otherwise. I got this. Yes.
I have faith.
I have faith, bro. I have faith in his ability. Like you said, you made a good point. In high school, he made every throw. He can make every throw. But the thing about what you said is, he said, I'm going to take a step back when it comes to me throwing all these dang on yards in college, because I want to win a championship. So I know I got this great offensive line, and we have some good running backs behind me, and I'm going to hand that ball off. And when I need to, I'm going to do that play action pass. I'm going to throw it. And when I need to, I'm going to make a play. I'm going to scramble for a first down. I'm going to throw for a first down. Whatever I have to do to win, whatever it takes to win, shows his character, shows that he is a true leader. And I cannot wait until he proves everybody wrong. I can't wait. Usually I don't say this, but I can't wait to say, I told you so. I can't wait to say that. For all the doubters right now that gave up on him after 2 games, we're talking about 2 games of his career, and you gave up on him after 2 games, and you said he lost his job when he got hurt. You don't lose your job from getting hurt. You lose your job from stinking up the joint, and you just absolutely terrible. So he's 1-1, right? Yes, he has some ups and downs, but at the same time, that's part of developing. So give him some more time. And when he comes back, listen, we saw Jackson Dart play against the Eagles, because people were scared. Oh, well, we don't want JJ McCarthy to go against the defending champions. Yeah, I got respect for the Eagles, but we're going to beat the brakes off the Eagles when we play them off after this bye week. We seen Jackson Dart do what he did. I think JJ McCarthy can do more than what Jackson Dart did. I think he's better than Jackson Dart. We're going to see. He's going to have to prove me right. But I think he has it. And watch him prove it this Sunday. Well, not this Sunday, next Sunday at 1:00 p.m. Let's get it.
Absolutely. I'm 1,000% on board. Let me quickly get caught up here with the chat. We got our fearless leader, Vocal Vike, stopping by. He says, Skull, the duo, this duo is goated. We got Lefty Purple Jesus in the house. We got Big Rod Reviews.
Shout out to you. Shout
Bob
out to you.
Seaweed. We have Mary Fisk. Zoe's in the house.
Shout out to you.
Uh, man, everybody's here. Blood Eagle, Smeagol. We got a bunch of
My
great
guy.
ones
My
in the
guy.
house right now.
My God. My
But
God.
yes,
Yeah, prayers to Mary.
I absolutely agree. I think what drives me insane with my market research like with my bachelor's in commerce essentially is what I have. When I go back to my market research classes, this immediately as soon as I saw that, I was like, I remembered this. I was like, and I've kind of coined it into a term where it's like when you try to draw conclusions from a small sample size, you're
Right.
only going to find randomness masquerading as meaning, right? Which means like in like technical terms, we're told don't data mine a small sample size. You're not going to find anything valuable. You need to let it grow.
Right.
Because if you don't, you're going to end up going down the wrong path and wasting thousands or millions of dollars, especially in a marketing perspective, right? Because
Right. Right.
everything
Right.
is very profit dependent, so you can't make mistakes that way, right? So I'm conditioned to be like, wait, identify some things that are starting to emerge, but hold off and wait till you get a bigger sample size to then confirm these early outliers. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so, which I find hilarious because they used a two game sample size to say that JJ's we gotta start Carson, but they use a one game sample size to justify Carson being the guy to take us to the Super Bowl. It's literally mind blowing. It's like, to me, the idiots that are saying JJ isn't supposed to start or he's not ready, whatever. These are the same idiots that would walk into a casino, dude, and put $1,000 on number 13 just because it might hit, not because it could hit or will hit. It's because it might, and they're literally banking on a prayer. Because let's not get it twisted. If the best case scenario, like the Cinderella situation, the one in a million kind of situation, is that we get lucky and Carson Wentz kind of avoids all the bad teams and gets us to a Super Bowl, and then we just happen to win. That's the miracle shot. Okay,
This ain't Nick Foles' story, baby. This ain't a Nick
exactly.
Foles
So,
story. I respectfully speaking, bro.
but
Like this ain't Nick Foles speaking. No. This ain't that
but
team.
my point is that that's what people are banking on, a moonshot like chance,
Nah,
right?
bro.
And then what's actually most likely to happen, what's actually probable, is us squeaking into the playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
9 or 10 wins, whatever it is to make it there, depending at the end of the season. And then Carson goes into a wild card game. I think Carson can win a wild card game against another flawed team, because
Right.
wild card teams are usually the flawed teams that don't have a great defense. They don't have something, right? And they just
It's
need to get
something.
lucky, like the New York Giants, right? In Eli Manning. It's
I
something
can't
like that.
stand talking. Man, they get
But
them.
when you look at what's most likely going to happen is when he hits a divisional team, when he
Right.
hits a team that's actually well-rounded and good, they're going to make him do all the things that he sucks at.
Right.
And then he's going to just not be able to perform, and he's going to get exposed, and then we're going to get embarrassed like we did when Sam failed in the playoffs. And then we're going to have 2 years in a row where we have a humiliating loss in the playoffs. And then what? Next year we have to go into the season and go, well, is JJ ready? And the second he freaking, D Woods is in the, we'll add you here in a second, D Woods. And then it's going to go the same thing. The second that JJ shows any kind of struggling, they're going to go throw in the backup with whoever we have, whether it's Brosmer if we decide to go with him, or whether it's freaking some reclamation project like Tua Tagovailoa after he gets released or dropped from the, some guy that's supposed to be fixed. And then they're going to say, throw him in. He's going to win us a Super Bowl. And then we're going to do the same thing and get bounced in humiliating fashion 3 years in a row. And then what's going to happen? We're going to lose the locker room. B-Flow's not going to come back.
That's another factor, bro.
AOC might even get fired. And then what? Now we're a dumpster fire, like freaking and then what? Just this is what they don't understand when they're asking for Carson Wentz. That's what they're essentially increasing the likelihood of that outcome, and they don't understand because it's very difficult for people to visualize probabilities and possibilities. That's why a lot of people will go with the possibilities, because it's easier to imagine accidentally winning the lottery, you know what I mean, instead of what's most likely going to happen. Oh, I might have to play the lottery for 25 years before I win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's very difficult to rationalize those numbers for most people, right? So I get why people are, and on top of that, we're um we're an organization that's full of winners. You know what I mean? So we've always pulled out winning seasons. So we've got this expectation where because we win and we have a all-time top 10 franchise winning record, we expect Super Bowls because we win. So winning is not enough for us. So I get that people are jaded and they want to get the Super Bowl now at any cost, and ignoring what that was going to cause or what's going to happen in the future because of it. So that's my 2 cents on that. And big ups to Mr. D Woods. Thank you for joining us.
What it do?
What's
I hope
going
you
on?
guys are enjoying the live. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Head over to Purple and Gold. Head over to Mike Sports, Purple and Gold. You're here. Sub to Mike Sports Vibes. Sub to Skull State of Mind. Get you guys won't be disappointed with the raw, unfiltered, honest commentary from all three of us. Different perspective, but the same love for the team, guys. Get over there and like and sub. Go ahead. What's going on? I don't know if Mike, you wanted to reply to what I said, or
I look at it like I got I'm with you. Everything you said, I'm with you. I just feel like the biggest concern for me is not about his talent. It's not about can the man play? We've seen him play. Like you said, he's a winner in high school, he's a winner in college. My biggest concern is honestly health. Him being healthy to get experience. Because if you're not healthy, you ain't getting no experience. So that is my biggest concern out of everything. It's not about him not being able to play, because some people just think he's a bust already. It's not even about that for me. It's about being healthy. And I know you can't control everything. Things are going to happen. Freak injuries are going to happen. That's why I say you gotta. It's factors about the offensive line being hurt and other factors. I think play calling, the quick passes and stuff like that, to just keep them upright and just not being touched too much. But you know what I mean? You can't baby him at this point. We got to see what he got. And like I said, I believe in JJ. We're going to see what happens game by game, week by week. We're going to see.
Absolutely. Mr. D Woods making an appearance, showing up just in the nick of time. What's going on, buddy? What do you got to say? Have you heard anything of what's going on, or what's up?
Nah, man, I haven't really been listening. I just got back from the DMV, man.
No. Oh,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Hell on earth.
Exactly. So I just peeked a little bit when I was, doing backstage. So you guys are talking about JJ McCarthy?
Yeah, kind of. That's basically the first topic. And what first it was like Mike trying to figure out like where my confidence come from, or what I expect or think is going to happen going forward. Then I gave my perspective and why I have it. I gave my background to give you guys an understanding of why I think the way that I think. And then we just kind of gave our opinions why I think that he's going to be good and we should be patient.
All right. First off, I'm gonna say hi to everybody in the chat. For some reason, when I clicked on the StreamYard, like my channel didn't come up and it's asking me to add it, so I can't talk in the chat. So it is what it is. I'm not even worried about it. But yeah. I feel the same way you guys feel too. Like, just like he just gotta play, and we just gotta be patient, man. And that's the thing about sports. It's like, especially when you try to compare situations, to what's going on with the Vikings. And I know you guys. I know Mike's a guy, in the church, and you are too. And people say the same things, like thief is the thief of joy, comparison, right? Comparison is thief of joy. And I just feel like I'm happy with what we got going on here. Like, regardless of what happens this season, Super Bowl or not, like, I'm still gonna watch this team. I'm already invested. I just really hope that, like, that small fraction of fans can actually start being a little bit more patient, because it's not gonna happen overnight. Like, Rome was not built overnight. I just feel like, hey, McCarthy, he has all the tools, the intangibles. I mean, we see his leadership. I've never seen a second-year player get voted as a captain, besides McCarthy, and that's a big deal. So I just feel like, man, people just gotta be patient. And as long as he's healthy, we're gonna have to take that roller coaster ride, because there's gonna be games where he looks good, and there's gonna be games where he looks bad. Like, look at Jackson Dart, for example. He had a great game last night, but the game before that wasn't that great. You get what I'm saying? And
it
I
was
just
worse than what we've seen from
yeah,
McCarthy.
exactly. So I'm just saying, like, as Viking fans, we can't get too high, or too low on a situation. This is all about the development of a quarterback, and if you want him to be that 10-year vet down the line, where this is a position we ain't got to worry about for the next 10 years, then you got to take the lumps too. And I'm just willing to take it, like, regardless. It is what it is, man. Like, this is where we want it to be. We used to get on here and complain about spending so much money on Kirk Cousins and all these other guys wasn't the quarterback, and now we actually got a young quarterback that's only 22 years old.
Mhm.
You just gotta roll with him, man. We just gotta roll with it.
Grow.
Just gotta roll.
Absolutely. You said something funny there. Comparison is a thief of joy, and I've definitely said that as well. But also, in school, we were taught to identify what apples and oranges are before we start comparing too.
Yeah,
and when you look at when everybody makes a good point about, oh, Dylan Gabriel this and or Jackson Dart this, and then I'm like, okay, well, let's go back and look at JJ McCarthy's draft profile. He's a prototype developmental prospect. That's not what Jackson Dart was. That's not what freaking Dylan Gabriel was, right?
Right.
So you're not even comparing apples to apples. You're comparing apples to oranges, and when you do that, you're gonna find yourself in that situation where comparison is the thief of joy, because you're not analyzing things properly. And the thing is, in the league, I've tried to compare guys and try to find guys, like do my research, like prototype type of quarterbacks that have developed or whatever. It's just so hard to find apples to apples, especially at the quarterback position and their development, right? So that's where I'm coming from.
Yeah, just how I feel about it, man. It's like, I've been waiting for this situation to happen for the past 10 years, man. Like, we were robbed with Teddy Bridgewater because of the injury, and then Christian Ponder didn't pan out. And that's the one thing too that people have to understand. And I'm gonna keep saying it, like, Christian Ponder didn't pan out. 2 years later, we draft Teddy Bridgewater. So even if, let's just say, there's a small chance that McCarthy is not the guy, you can just draft another one 2 years later. But you have to find out.
Worst case scenario, right? If you let him play, and then at the very end, at the very least, we'll have a clear path forward.
Exactly.
One way or another. And that's better than being in this like half in, half out thing this year and next year. Like I think Mike was trying to say earlier with, like, I don't want this to prolong. I want him to give him the chance, right?
Yeah. Right. I just want him to just play. You gotta that's the only way you're gonna get experience. You can't, like, the training camp don't mean nothing, bro. Like, I don't care how all the hype around training camp is bull. Oh, he made this nice pass to Jordan Addison in training camp, like, these joint practice. I don't care about none of that. Regular season is when you see. I don't care about preseason, all this. Oh, well, he should have played preseason. Man, bro, regular season. That's when you're going to know something. Now, I'm not saying preseason is a bad thing. Don't get it twisted. But I feel like regular season is when you can get a better evaluation of a player's talent and his flaws and his strengths and try to work on those flaws. You know what I mean? Like, them training camp, everybody was so hyped. Oh, he has such a good training camp. He's 13 of 13 with the passing, and oh my goodness, he doesn't need to play preseason, bro. That's cool. I don't care about preseason, but what sucks right now, and I'm pretty sure every Viking fan is feeling this way, most everybody, is that he's hurt. That's the issue. And I don't want him to rush back thinking that there's so much pressure on him because he thinks that he might lose his job from Carson Wentz. Because I'm not sure how big JJ McCarthy is, like, listening to social media, but I'm pretty sure he hears something. And a lot of Viking fans want Carson Wentz to finish this year for some strange reason. Respectfully speaking, I ain't trying to come at y'all, but respectfully speaking, y'all want Carson Wentz to finish the year, which I think that's a big mistake, because that's another wasted year of developing. And I don't want JJ McCarthy to rush back, but at the same time, I don't want to play him hurt. But at this point of the season, everybody's dealing with something. This just depends on the level of how hurt you are. You know what I mean? Now, if he's super hurt and he's still swelling, like you were saying earlier, don't play. But if he just has a little bit of pain, hey, bro, like, you're going to have to toughen it up and show what you got a little bit, bro.
Because swelling is the actual sign that you know what I mean? Like, for me, like, if there's like slight pain and stuff in the movement, the joint isn't swollen or anything like that, it's something that you can work through. It's something that you can. It's not, is not so detrimental, especially depending on what you're doing as well, and if you do it properly, and if they make sure that they if the line's healthy and they're able to protect him and he's not going to be taking those hits and he's going to throw the ball away and he's going to be more vigilant to that, then absolutely, yeah. But like I said, Carson Wentz is a veteran. If he goes through this next week of practice, because KOC said he's back to full participation, right, at full speed, then if he gets through the whole week and he's got no swelling, it's him to go. And if not, Carson Wentz can just step in. Literally, you can tell him 10 minutes before the game and he's ready. You don't need to give him first team reps. He can just go, right? And that's the benefit of having a quality veteran backup. So I agree with you as well. Yeah, definitely.
But the one thing too, to piggyback on that rest situation, I think that's the reason why McCarthy stayed back during the bye week to get some work in, to kind of test it, to kind of see what's going on. Because if they kind of actually wait to ramp it up next week during practice and he plays on Sunday, the next week it's a short week because we got a Thursday game against the Chargers. So it will make way more chance to be a week ahead of the situation, because the worst thing you will want is to where let's say they ramp up, practice next Wednesday or whatever, right? He goes out there, everything looks good, plays a game, then he has swelling, and then you got to fly to LA. Now you gotta play physical pairs, right? Carson back in because he can't play. So that's why, like, I was just thinking, like, I think he's at a point to where he's testing that ankle, and I agree with y'all. They basically want to see, like, after testing it and pushing it to a certain extent, how's the healing factor going to go through? Because being a week ahead is it's a luxury, man. I don't know how y'all feel, but when I saw the schedule, I was pissed that the bye week was so early. I always wanted like week 10, but
it's perfect timing though.
Perfect time right now.
Perfect timing. It all works out.
For real. Perfect timing.
My opinion right now, like when it comes down to like the best case scenario, of course, I want him to be healthy, beat the brakes off the Eagles after the bye week. That's what I really want, right? But I want him to go on this stretch. I'm not saying he's going to have like an MVP caliber season, go through the rest of the season. That's delusional. That's delusional. And I mean, even though I am a delusional Viking fan, I love the Vikings to death, but it is what it is. But what I would love for him, like, to be healthy, play good football, right? We win some games. We maybe get into I'm not going to say maybe. We get into the playoffs. Forget all that maybe. I'm listening. We get into the playoffs. And then on top of that, I would love to have Max Brosmer be quarterback too. In a desperate team. Is there another desperate team out there that needs a quarterback? Is there anybody that need a quarter? Hey, listen, I ain't trying to get rid of Carson Wentz, but I think we might need a. Hey, listen, somebody might be desperate enough. Ravens, if Lamar Jackson ain't healthy, hey, listen, bro, give me a 5th or 4th round pick. You can take Carson Wentz from us.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get I think he's gonna get like 19 million next year, 20 million from somebody.
He's gonna get a bag.
I think he's gonna
get a bag from us, bro.
I think he's going to get another chance to start somewhere else.
You think so?
Because look at Sam, right? They're going to go, well, this is a hit. You know, they're going to be like other middle of the pack teams and below are going to be like, oh, look, we can do the same thing as what the Seahawks are doing. Let's do it. If KOC fixed Sam, he fixed Wentz. Let's bring him in. You know what I mean? So I can totally see him getting like 19, 20, 21 million, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, but yeah, I totally compare apples and oranges, right? Sam played the whole season. We're not sure if Carson played the whole season.
Hey, Sam is younger.
This league, the bottom half of the league is freaking desperate. Some of these teams, right? There's going to be that guy. Remember, Matt Flynn got $19 million to go start for Seattle, and then Russell Wilson took his spot.
He lost his job the same off season.
Right? GMs are going to freaking be GMs. Owners are going to be owners. They're going to say, hey, you see what freaking Seattle's doing over there? They went and they're doing something with Sam Darnold. We need to do the same thing now. Go get Carson Wentz.
There's something special going on in Minnesota.
That's
just desperate next season, though. There's one team I can say, because I know they don't have a quarterback they have a quarterback now, but next year they won't have a quarterback because he's probably going to retire. Pittsburgh will be a desperate team for another veteran quarterback.
Mike Tomlin might want him.
Because he doesn't want to have to. He doesn't want to have to draft and
rookie.
Put up a guy, and he ain't got enough. I'm not saying he don't have enough time left in there, but some head coaches don't want to deal with that. They don't want to just like want to win.
But that's why I need JJ to stay healthy and prove all these doubters wrong, because until then, we have to keep Carson Wentz, because I ain't trying to just get rid of him, but y'all know what I'm saying. I want to get some draft capital
I
for
want to
him.
get something.
I think his value is his highest that you could possibly get. Just get something. I don't even care.
I do think, though, Mike, you make a good point about Max Brosmer, though. And I do feel this way, like, the more the season progresses, the less and less you need Carson Wentz on the roster.
Right. We ain't keeping him.
It's kind of like, well, Brosmer has been here doing training camp. He's been here through the offseason. Like, eventually next year, he's going to be quarterback too. We know that already. Like, we see the writing on the wall with that. But it's kind of like, hey, whoever, you might have a point there. If McCarthy can stay consistently healthy, and
gotta stay healthy,
and Kevin O'Connell can just be like, well, we got Brosmer waiting. Like, I'm cool with Brosmer maybe starting a game or two if something acts up. You know, then I would say Carson Wentz at that point will be a little expendable. But at the same time, it's like sometimes you just gotta be greedy. Just
be greedy, bro. Go get me a 3rd round pick. You want a quarterback, Mike Tomlin? Give me a 3rd round. Anybody? You want a quarterback 3rd round pick?
So it wasn't you, one of you then, that told me that somebody told me, I can't remember, during this week, they're like, did you realize that KOC said that Max Brosmer is the smartest quarterback prospect he's ever spoken with?
No, I didn't say that.
I was like, what? He said that?
I don't know.
And he was on some podcast or something like that. And I was like, okay, well, that's what made me go, hey, I would love to have 2 young guys, a starter young guy, and a backup that's young. That means that they're going to be
nice
together for the rest of the way, and it's just that'll be an awesome situation to have. And let me quickly just touch in with the chat here. We got a bunch of people. Norse is in the house. Bob, we're gonna take it easy on Mr. TY Eagle today. He's hurting. So we're not. I personally don't kick people when they're down. That's why today I actually made a video, a live, where I basically defended. And mid-live, I was like, I'm a freaking Vikings content creator here, sitting here defending Jalen Hurts because I just can't stand for this shit.
People hate Jalen Hurts morning. I don't like that.
And people were just dogging him. And I'm like, bro, he's an objectively great quarterback. If he were to retire right now, he would be in that like type of quarterback that would be a franchise like Ring of Honor inductee. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, stop it with that. I had to go alive and I had to kind of like stick up for the man because I just can't stand. I can't stand for that. I was compelled. I had no way. When I woke up, I had no idea I was going to make that live or that video or anything like that. But once I saw when I was working, because I listened to sports talk radio when I'm talking, I heard freaking Cam Newton, old fucking Django Unchained, freaking auntie out there freaking throwing shade towards Jalen Hurts. I was like, this cannot stand. This cannot stand. So, so we're going to take it easy. I don't like to kick teams while they're down, but I will remind you that you are down, though. That's as much as I will do.
Hey, respectfully, we're going to beat the brakes off the Eagles. I don't care. We're kicking him when he's down right now. Because we don't want you getting back up until after we beat y'all. And then once we beat you, then anything, you can do whatever you want. Except for when you go against us in the playoffs and we beat the brakes off you again. That's how I look at it.
There you go.
We want you to stay down.
Like when it comes to the Eagles, and I was guilty of this last year of just listening to like certain podcasters or content creators. I was like, oh my God, the Eagles got a sinking ship, and they got to trade some guys. And I look up, they didn't lose any games. They won the damn Super Bowl. So I'm just saying, like,
I know it's too I know.
It's too early.
Pump the brakes a little bit. Like the Eagles will be okay. I have my doubts about Jalen, but I just think it's like, isn't this their 3rd coordinator? Like,
they keep switching. They keep switching.
Coordinator in 6 years.
Yeah,
because they're so good all the time. They're good.
Yeah,
Jalen Hurts. This is what made me realize that the stupidity that Cam Newton was saying today was just not right. He's had 12 coordinators since college to the pros. 12.
That's wild.
And if you like great quarterbacks, succeed even when offensive coordinators chaos or constant turnaround. And that's what he's done. He's won them a Super Bowl. He's got them to a Super Bowl before then too. So to me, he's a great quarterback. He's not my cup of tea, and he's definitely not like my top 5 in my top 5 in the NFL. But I'm not going to deny greatness when I see it, and the stats say it, right? So I just had to go out and say that, So that's why I'm not gonna dog on Ty. I still
Yeah.
love you, Ty. I understand
Coming at
where
you.
your anger is coming from, and I understand
Yeah, I don't-
where when you get like
Mm-mm.
when the Giants come in from behind you and they just slowly rub your back and slowly get you all ready, and then just freaking slam it in freaking dry like you had to take last night. I would be upset too, man. So I'm gonna let you have your anger and your vitriol. Let us have it, man. Don't worry. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
It depends on the Eagles fan, because if an Eagle fan's talking crazy, I'm gonna meet them all the
He
way.
said, but Ty left a comment on my one of my videos. I didn't even comment back. I didn't comment back yet. I had to figure out what I'm gonna say back to him. He said, I want to be a Viking fan. I said, I don't know if we taking applications right now.
I don't think
You can't go from the Eagles to the
Nah.
Vikings. Because if you a Viking fan, you stay a Viking fan. This ain't no you can just hop off the wagon, come back on the wagon, hop off the wagon, come on the wagon.
If
You
I
either
was
a
an Eagles
Viking fan.
that you trying to go to another squad.
Hey,
They might not want you either, Ty.
Hey, that's why I said what I said. I didn't comment back. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna say to him.
Yeah, he trying to set you up, Mike. Don't fall.
I don't know if I'm
fall
gonna
for the
accept
jokes,
it.
Mike. Don't fall for it.
I don't know if I'm gonna accept him to come be a Viking fan, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ty. Respectfully, I got love for you, but
no doubt.
we ain't accepting it.
Yeah,
We'll
we
take
ain't
the application, but we're not gonna accept it. You know what I mean, that's the problem. We ain't accepting the application. We'll accept it.
He gonna do back in the day.
We'll accept the application. We'll take it. We ain't accepting
Give
it.
me application.
Denied.
Oh, man.
Nah, we didn't get it, bro.
We
It's
ain't
all
get
good,
it.
man. Ty, I still love you, bro. I still love you regardless, man. You're my brother in Christ, and you're still a human being, and I love you. But when we face our team, when our teams face, in the words of the great Mike, we gonna beat the fucking brakes off your team, boy.
Yeah.
And going into this game, I was kind of like apprehensive about Carson Wentz being the guy to play against the Eagles, because to me, I know that the Eagles have the biggest book on Carson Wentz. They drafted him, so they had to do a crap ton of research on him, and then they have years of tape, and then what they know from when he was in their quarterback room, so they know him in and out. And so I'm like, I know he's a little bit removed from the Eagles, but they still know how to beat him because he hasn't evolved from that, right? So I'm like, man, I don't want him to go into that situation and then just literally dog walking, because they just know how to make him play at his worst, right? So then all of a sudden we get that kind of downfall on or downpour on us from them, because they're like, oh, we beat you and you tried to beat us with your own, all that stupid anecdotal stuff, right? But if JJ goes out there and he does well or does bad, whatever, it ain't nothing, you know what I mean? So there's none of that extra added BS that comes with it. But after what I saw last night, I think they got so much stuff that they have to worry about to fix that I don't think that's even going to be making it into their game plan, or even something that they're going to really tap into that deep. They have to worry on other stuff. They got injury concerns, and they got to find a way to they're a good team. So good teams find a way to bounce back.
They're champions.
So that's what they have to freaking do, and that's, I think, they're going to be focused on. So I'm more confident if Carson has to play, but that's where my first apprehension lied, when I was like, man, I really don't want Carson out there, man, because if he gets humiliated by the Eagles, bro, they're going to clown us. That organization will clown us for freaking the entire season. We're going to get clips thrown in our face on the regular. So I'm just like, screw that. I don't want to see it. So that was my point of view with that. But now, after they literally just got freaking they just literally just took it dry last night over and over and over, I'm pretty sure that we're going to be okay. I think we got more than just a chance. And I think that if we do a good job play calling and we just put a good, consistent, effective team and we don't fall apart, I think we have a chance of beating them.
Yo, I got to get off in a little bit, but I wanted to ask y'all a question before we get off. All right, so what is the most important thing to what do we have to do? What do the Vikings have to do to beat the Eagles this upcoming after this bye week, week 7? What do we have to do to win this game? What's the number one thing? Like three things. Give me three things. Give me 3. What do we have to do?
You want to go first, D-Woods, or should I?
I'll take it. So I'll say one thing you have to do, and it's kind of like it's all the same thing that's derived into one thing, and that's running the ball efficiently, not going away from it. And I can just say that one thing, because when you run the ball, you control the clock. You get what I'm saying? And you bleed the clock, and you basically have a point to where you're keeping your defense off the field and you're keeping their offense off the field, right? So running the ball efficiently, like that should be like the first one, the middle one, and the last one. Like running the ball. And after that, if I have to pick another like number two, when you get on defense, make sure you smother their running backs. Meaning like
Facts.
it can't be any plays to where they're getting maybe like 4 or 5 yards a pop, you know? So it's
Facts.
like
Facts.
you know, they have to do that. And after that will be for my third option to be basically like just coaching, don't get out coached both sides of the ball. Like don't overthink things, don't get out coached. So, you know, run the ball efficiently, stop them from running the ball efficiently, and don't get out coached. And what I mean by not getting out coached is like if something is going wrong, stick to your game plan and stick to your guns because you have to understand like you're dealing with a Super Bowl, you know, winning head coach on the opposite side.
Yeah, well said. My three things I've been saying since the beginning of the season, actually since the moment that Jordan Mason got traded for, I've been saying that this offense needs to run through Jordan Mason, everything. And even if he's not running the ball, and that includes the play action passes, the passes to the flat, the quick slants, you know, those like passes out to the running back, because those are the same as a running game, right? And if we can establish that ability, their defense has to freaking give us some respect. If they don't respect what we can do there, it's gonna force us to be one-dimensional. So the offense has to run through Jordan Mason. We have to make more than an attempt. And then, as like you were saying, to piggyback on what you're saying, if you do that, then we're going to spend more time on attack. We're going to get more drives than they're going to get, and therefore it's a numbers game. If we get 25 drives and they only get 15, they have to be more perfect than we do, and that means that we can kick a bunch of field goals and one touchdown and then more field goals, and that'll beat them just as easily than where they're going to have their limited amount of drives and they have to go touchdown to catch us or even win, right? So that's why the running game is so important, and as well as the quick pass game, rolling out, throwing to the flat, throwing the quick slants. Last week, what I saw from KOC and his ability to call plays out, quick pass plays to mimic the same output as freaking the running game was incredible. I don't know if you guys noticed this, okay? Last week, normally speaking, the thing that you do when you have a dynamic player like Myles Garrett on there is you run to the opposite side of him. You roll your quarterback out to that side, giving him that extra time to be able to complete something and then try to go catch and run, right? Another really good, like even more advanced kind of strategy is to target the area in which he was before. So you throw to the side of Myles Garrett, and we did that on multiple occasions. There's a quick slant that freaking Carson Wentz threw to Speedy Naylor, where literally it was like 1 or 2 yards behind where he caught it, behind where Myles Garrett was when before he started his pass rush, right? So when he's so dominant, if he goes into that side and he's pass rushing, that means he leaves an open space for his zone defenders or his middle linebackers to have to cover. And if they can't cover that, that's how we were able to gash them through the small, quick passing game that complements the running game. And then after that, if we do a really good job of establishing that, then we have the opportunity to do some more play action passes, or because they're going to have to be respectful of that, we might get an extra second or two in the passing game, therefore throwing a longer developing play. And if a lot of things have been said about KOC and his play calling for long developing plays, but go back and watch a lot of those long developing plays. Naylor was open. Freaking JJ was open. There's someone open. That means the plays are working. It's just the O-line is not being able to hold up protection. And so that has to be on KOC to identify when the O-line isn't holding that, and then just continuing to dink and dunk, for lack of a better way of saying it. Because if you dink and dunk, that means that's a 13 play, a 14 play, a 16 play drive down the field. That means that defense is going to get tired. And when the defense gets tired in the third and fourth quarter, that's when we take that next step and we play Vikings football where we've kept the game close or we've managed to keep that lead, and then we close out, right? If all that goes well, and then if we can do a good job of earning some respect on the run defense. I get it. We traded away a lot of our run stoppers in order to bring in some more pass rush, as well as freaking pass defense. Right now, Vikings, when it comes to pass rush and pass defense, we're in the top 5. I think we're number 1 or 2.
Yeah, we're top 6 defense total but yeah, in passing we're amazing.
Exactly, right?
Yeah,
So that's one of
good.
our strengths, right? So,
right.
But if we can elevate to the point where we can make our run stop, it doesn't have to be elite. It doesn't even have to be great. It just has to be enough to where they have to give us respect. And at that point, that's when we can really take advantage and play our style of football. We can't let them make us play their style of football, because if we do that, then we're going to be on the back foot, and then we're going to be reactionary, and then that's when things go wrong for this team. And that's what I think we need to do.
True.
I don't know what to say. Y'all said everything pretty much, but I'll say for me, number 1 to beat the Eagles, you got to stop Saquon. You got to stop their run game. You know they're going to try their hardest to establish that run game after what the Giants just did to them yesterday. So they're going to try to establish that run game. So stop Saquon Barkley. Number 2, please try not to turn the ball over. No dang on fumbles. Like both running backs fumbled the dang on ball last game. And I know you can't it happens. But dang, Jordan Mason fumbles the ball, and then later in the game, Xavier Scott fumbles the ball. And I'm just being honest. We gotta take care of the dang on route. Treat it like it's a special. Just treat it special. Just don't get rid of it. You know what I mean? Just keep it next to you tightly. You know what I mean? Don't fumble that dang on special rock. And then also, for my third thing, and it's not me coming at KOC, right? I'm just being honest. That play calling that you gave Carson Wentz, that play calling you need to give that same play calling to JJ McCarthy. JJ McCarthy. That's all I'm saying, because we don't even listen. I feel like we're going to be healthy. I don't know if Donovan Jackson's going to be back. I think Ryan Kelly. He'll be back.
He's already
so Ryan Kelly's definitely probably not back because of concussion, right?
He's
Will Fries is there. Christian Darrisaw's good.
Maybe
Brian O'Neill. I don't know. Did anybody get an update on Brian O'Neill?
No,
we don't know about the right team. Okay, all right. So, but we're having some people come back. So I don't want you to be like, oh, well, we got some people coming back. Let's do these long drawn out plays. Still, quick plays. Don't just KLC, please. I beg you, because this is the thing. I want JJ McCarthy to be successful. I want him to prove all these doubters wrong. And I feel like the quick plays, not saying that you have to dink and dump the whole entire game. That's not what I'm saying. But get him in rhythm, get his confidence up, establish the run a little bit, and then eventually throw it past 20 yards. When they think you're going to do a quick play, hey, by the way, I'm going to beat you over the top. Here you go. Have a nice day, touchdown. And one more thing I want to say about the run game. All right, we do have, like, Blake Cashman. Did anybody get an injury report on Blake Cashman? Is he able to play or no?
He's back too.
He's coming back too? All right, so we good. We got the captain on the defense back. So maybe he can put the defense in the right positions to stop that run a lot better. I don't know about Andrew Van Ginkel with the neck injury. I don't think he's coming back yet. But Blake Cashman, I think, we've been missing Blake Cashman since the second. He got hurt the first game, right?
First game.
The dang on first game.
Yeah.
Oh my
trying to chase down Caleb.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, so Blake Cashman's a big deal. He's so underrated. I don't think people understand how good he is.
He's an eraser out there.
Exactly. He is such a good player but availability is the best ability. That's just keep it real. But he's such a good player, and I hope that he is healthy, because I think that our defense is already pretty darn good with him being there, being the captain that he is, the quarterback of the defense. Hey, listen, our defense is going to take it to another level, and we're going to get some turnovers. It's just we have to capitalize on it by having good play calling and getting. I don't even care if it's a field goal. Just get some dang on points every time you get the ball. Try to get some dang on points. Don't go for it on fourth down if you don't need to, but be aggressive at the same time. You got to score.
For sure. Yeah. No, I think like Blake Cashman is he's not only an incredible leader, because when Blake Cashman and Hitman Harry are out there, Ivan Pace Jr. plays at a really, really high level. Like I've been saying this all year. He's like, this guy, if you make him think and play football, his ability drops like
Right.
20%. Bro, he cannot think and play. When Blake Cashman is out there and Hitman Harry is telling him what to do and calling things out, and he just has to react to what they're saying, he can play at a really high level. And then when he misses stuff, because he's the type of guy to take chances. And if he takes chances and he misses, Blake Cashman erases that spot that he left open. You know, that ability. He's so good at covering up mistakes, and that's why they work so well. So if he allows him to do that more times than not, he will get something good to happen, right? Ivan Pace. Oh no, that was that's Dallas Turner. He actually was the main reason for a 3-and-out last week, so he's doing really good. But he's that same type of guy that if sometimes he'll come out and hit a home run, and it's all because of the leadership on that defense that allows him to do what he does and gives him insight pre-snap. And when he does, sometimes, man, he does something special. But what he doesn't, Blake Cashman is there to fill in and erase the hole or the gap or the advantage that he gives to the other team because he whiffed. You know what I mean? So he's so important. So if he's back, that run defense is going to increase, like, because he's so smart out there. So he'll be able to, help be the first one to tackle, let everybody crash, like he's so important to the defense. So just a big piggyback on Blake Cashman, what you were saying. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. I missed something though. I know I'm cheating when I said only 3 things, but now I just thought about something. Like, Jalen Hurts is one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in the game, and and if Blake Cashman is healthy, he gonna have the quarterback spy, because I know that when he gets in his bag, even if Saquon Barkley is shut down, Jalen Hurts loves to run the ball. He loves to scramble to the outside, and then the push tush. I'm not even gonna complain about that. Our defense has to do their job in the first 3 downs. Or the first 3 downs to make sure he's not close enough to do the tush push. You know what I mean? It is what it is. If you can't stop it, why not? You got to keep doing it.
Keep doing it.
Yeah, if you can't stop me from doing it, I'm gonna keep doing it. So our defense has to do their job and have them in 3rd and long, like 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, so they don't have the opportunity to do the tush push. But that quarterback spy is so important, because Jalen Hurts. And that just gets the whole team in their bag when he scrambles for first downs and stuff. So we got to make sure you have somebody watching him. You know what I mean?
Blake Cashman's at that. Like, he's so good at identifying when he needs to be the QB spy and when he needs to be the run stopper, when he needs to be in coverage. He's just like, he's an eraser. And it's because of the level of football IQ he has. It just sucks that he's always getting injured. You know what I mean? And that's why I have such high hopes for Eric Wilson, because Eric Wilson's a freaking playmaker, man. Like, say what you want to say about that kid, but he's young. Like, so if he can develop and become a leader in that same.
You say Eric Wilson?
Yeah, Eric Wilson's a playmaker, man. He's not that
young. I don't know.
He's younger than Cashman.
He is a playmaker. He's a playmaker, though.
He's younger than Cashman. You know what I mean? So, like, he could be someone that can kind of maybe take on that role if we don't, because he's done well in relief of Cashman and whoever he's had to step in for, right? He's made plays. So
would the question be putting Blake Cashman in the middle with Wilson at the same time and letting Ivan Pace come in situationally?
That would be nice to see. I like it.
D Woods. I know what you're thinking, man.
What?
You don't like Ivan Pace Jr. I know. It's not that you don't like him. You just don't believe in the man.
It's like
you don't think he's the guy. He's not
the. I played linebacker in high school, right? I wasn't able to play the inside because the inside linebacker is a Blake Cashman. I played the outside where I can blitz, rush, whatever, right? And it was basically when I wasn't playing running back. So I just feel like when you have Ivan Pace in there, he's limited in the inside, and I just feel like if you can put Blake, and Wilson together, now you got 2 guys who actually know what to do at all times. And if you actually have to blitz one of those guys, they don't know when that person is coming, because they're like, oh, he's a real middle linebacker. He's gonna drop back in coverage, or he's gonna figure this out. Like, I just think it just adds more versatility to the situation.
All right, so situational Ivan Pace. That's what D Woods is saying.
Yeah,
right?
situational.
Situational.
Yeah.
All right, I mean, shoot, Brian Flores gonna make it work. I have faith in what Brian Flores where he puts all the players. I just want to win. I want bragging rights. All my family members are Eagle fans. Even my son is an Eagle fan, and I don't want him coming at me because he said,
How did that happen, Mike?
I don't know, man. I don't know who influenced. Maybe when I was in the military, he was influenced by people. I don't know, but
Well,
he's an Eagle fan. He's an Eagle fan, and I don't like it. My daughters and my wife and my youngest son, they're all Viking fans. I said, I have no choice. I didn't get my oldest. Everybody else is gonna be a Viking fan.
You don't get no choice.
There you go.
Ain't no choice.
I'm gonna be a Viking fan. I love it.
You Viking fan. Viking skulls of gold. Get used to it.
Funny. It's funny. We got one of those rerun Lions fans in here. Hey, Motown Mitch, tell me, did you forget that Jaden Daniels is your daddy? Because I remember last year, you guys were supposed to win the Super Bowl before the season started. During the season started, going into the playoffs, everybody said it's a foregone conclusion. Let's just not play the freaking playoffs. The Lions are going to win. But what happened? Hey, Motown Mitch, what happened?
He got spicy so fast.
Oh, because I like to go hard on Lions fans because they're just brain dead. They don't realize that they're the rerun kings. Okay, they do this every few years, and then they fall back to a last place schedule where they belong. And the reason they act like this is because they're irrelevant for decades at a time. Remember, irrelevant for decades at a time. That's what your team is, Motown Mitch. You guys are on a last place schedule, and then what happens? What do you guys do? You guys go on a little bit of a run, and then you guys fucking blame the refs. You choke in the playoffs. You got the best quarterback in the league that fucking goes out there and
let me go back and
Jaden Daniels embarrasses him, outplays him. Imagine having a quarterback that melts down in the freaking playoffs and talking all this trash like you know something. Bro, you're the rerun kings. It's just a matter of time. You've already lost your coordinators. What's coming next is your overpaid roster is going to start leaving. And then you guys are going to fall back to irrelevancy where you belong. And I get it. You guys get relevancy every 10, 15, 20 years. And so when you get, you win, you make it to the playoffs, you guys want to raise the fucking banners. Oh, we made it to the playoffs. We made it. Because that's what you guys are. You guys are desperate for relevancy. You guys are nothing but the rerun kings. You guys are straight garbage and you don't even notice. Did you guys forget? Did you forget that you're the organization that robbed the NFL from Barry Sanders, Megatron? How long is it going to be before Jahmyr Gibbs retires on your bitch asses because he's tired of losing?
All right, brother. Calm down, brother.
All right.
On that note, we're getting off. I want everybody to know it's all love. Have a wonderful day. Go to the bowl. I love you all. And make sure you go check out everybody's channel, subscribe, hit the like button, and I appreciate y'all. God bless to each and every one of y'all. You know what I mean? We're gonna just say that. But
absolutely. Thank you very much. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. I still love you, Motown Mitch. I still love you. You're still my brother in Christ. But
Mike,
sometimes you got to go hard against the brain dead ones because you can't get through to them without the freaking. They come in with that energy, so you got to match that energy and go above and beyond because that's the only way idiots understand. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to D Wood's channel, Skull State of Mind. Subscribe to Mike Sports Vibes. You will not regret it. Thank you so much, guys. I love every single one of you guys. It's all love. I get a little hyped up, especially against those Lions fans. I apologize for losing it a little bit there, guys. Sometimes you guys got to hear purple and gold freaking crash out a little bit. So I love you guys. Take care.